What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of Galaxy duels for you guys to check out, and a duel that is going to be probably one that you'll enjoy if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, especially if you're a fan of Yuto. First duel is Galaxy down here at the bottom and Salaman Great at the top. I always feel it necessary to say that I am not the Salaman Great player in any of these duels because I don't take any L's when I play the deck. Also, I don't run Monster Reborn. It's a win more card in Salaman Greats. We already have a theme Monster Reborn. Anyways, let's see exactly what's going to go on here. Probably going to go for the Soul Flare Dragon right off the top. Well, after getting a couple of searches, he's going to probably do it. Well, no, there it is. Okay, finally, he's going to summon it after putting the Photon Dragon on board. It's going to summon itself back. He does end with Photon Dragon plus a copy of the Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, and I'm actually completely fine with him using the Ash Blossom on the Photon Lord. He does not actually negate the Ash Blossom. The reason I'm fine with this is because Ash Blossom can be juggled in Salaman Great, so you generally want to use Ash Blossom as quickly as possible because you can generally get it back to your hand. He opens up pretty good, if I don't say so myself, mainly going second. He gets a free circle, which was just, you know, kind of nice for Foxy just to give him a free circle there. He's going to summon Foul, or he attempts to summon a Gazelle from his hand. That's going to be negated, but it's fine because he has the Monster Reborn. He can actually just summon it back. Now, this is where he definitely goofs up. He's going to summon Foul, he's going to use Spinny, and then probably summon Spinny back from the graveyard. What he should have done is he should have, before going into Stallion here, he should have activated Sanctuary. He should have reincarnation linked his Phalanx, and then he would have had protection for any Salaman Great monster he summoned for the rest of the turn. But he does not do that, and unfortunately, Stallion's just going to get popped, and then he realizes, oh shit, Cap. And the difference between you getting that protection is pretty much the difference between you winning and losing the game, because when Salaman Great players don't make the right, or they don't make the right plays, their boards can look incredibly mediocre like this. If he would have been able to keep his Stallion off of the protection, he would have had Jaguar, he would have gotten Gazelle back to his hand, he probably could have bounced the Photon Lord, he basically would have won the duel. But hey, you gotta live and learn. Sometimes you gotta learn to you know, make all the right plays. He also goes for Rage, which unfortunately is not even going to kill the Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord because it has a Galaxy Eyes monster equipped to it. Uses Ash Blossom. This time his opponent's like, nah, we're not going to have any of that. So it's going to get negated. And then he actually, he activates the Galaxy Cleric, and that's just going to get him 2 more cards. At this point, Salaman Greats are done. If Sunlight Wolf dies, well, even if he didn't lose Sunlight Wolf, I don't think he wins the duel because Sunlight Wolf is not going to win a duel if it's the only card on your side of the field. Chances are your opponent's just going to run into it with all of these bigger monsters. Well, Cleric's not bigger, but all the rest of the monsters on the field are, and he ends up scooping it up. So second duel is against Time Lords, a deck that was popularized by the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's anime. Time Lords is a deck that I've never had a fear of, ever. Anytime I see Time Lords, I'm always like, well, this is a free win, and I'm pretty much going to beat this guy by turn 2 or 3. But yeah, this Time Lord player actually had some plays. That was probably the most surprising thing about this duel, is that he just didn't roll over immediately. Once again, Galaxy are opening the duel, gets a +1 easily, and he's going to end on a very legitimate board. It's going to be 5 cards in total, but I always say it's about the quality of cards that you have. Ends on the, or he has the Galaxy Lord, also Cyber Dragon Infinity, and if you're telling me that I get the end on a board of basically 3 disruptions, because you got to keep in mind the Galaxy Soul Flare Dragon can still pop a special summon monster. We saw that in the last duel used against Stallion. I'll take this. I mean, these two both negate, and they don't have to spend anything, and then this guy obviously discards. Plus, he has Cleric in his next turn to recover any advantage that he loses out on. So I'm looking at that, and I'm looking like, all right, it's pretty good. This should be a free win. But nope, his opponent's going to kaiju him. He does end up popping the Time Maiden, but that doesn't stop the problems. He actually drops 2 level 10s instantly, and then he goes for Gustav Max, and I was like, where is this going here? He goes for Libe. I don't know why. He did not use either effect, though. Maybe there was some reason that he couldn't activate the effects, but he didn't use Gustav Max effect or Libe, which Libe would have given him 2,000 attack, so, you know, a little more battle damage couldn't hurt. Don't know why he didn't use that, but it's fine. The problem is his opponent does have that Cleric. Cleric is such a good card because it basically is just, it's kind of like drawing 3 cards in a turn. You're getting your draw phase, plus Cleric is a pot of avarice at that point. you're going to be pretty good. Now, he's going to lose those materials off of the Live Bay. He should have just probably used it when he had the chance. He's going to get Kaiju again, then he drops his Kaiju. Not looking so bad. The problem is, his opponent has a 4,500 attack Photon Dragon, and I don't think he actually has an answer. Can't really use anything because he does have Tachyon Transmigration. Well, he doesn't know that. Second turn in a row, he's dropping Cleric. That just means another +1 draw 2. And I think if you resolve Cleric in back-to-back turns, your opponent should not win any duel where you do that, because you've drawn 6 cards in 2 turns. So I mean, I'm including the draw phase obviously, but when you draw that many cards, I don't think that you should lose. In fact, the evenly match, there's almost no chance that he'll resolve this. Finally, he is going to drop another Kaiju. He attacks with a Time Lord, but infinite impermanence. GG no re. And our final duel is actually going to take us back to Salamangreats. I watched this duel a couple of times. This guy played pretty well at the top. He didn't play completely mistake-free, but, you know, it's kind of hard to play completely mistake-free or completely flawless in Yu-Gi-Oh! But he does get pretty lucky here. He gets Gazelle right off the top of his deck, which for a Salamangreat player, you can't ask for anything better than that. Maybe Circle, because then you can get, you know, kind of both of them by way of the Sunlight Wolf. But he pretty much gets the entire opening combo, and this is what you want as a Salamangreat player. He does make one small mistake here when he Reincarnation links. He actually sets the Roar of its own effect. He should have simply added it to his hand, and then he would have been able to use it multiple times, and also he would have had his opponent not know exactly where it is. So I mean, it's fine though. For the most part, it's not going to matter in this duel. His opponent actually just has the hard counter to something like Salamangreat Roar. He uses Dragon Shrine. I think it was perfectly fine to use Ghost Spell on this. I probably would have used it when your opponent's trying to activate the Dark Worm in the graveyard, because at that point, you just assume you're playing against Pendulum Magicians, and Ghost Spell is not really good against Pendulums at all. So if you can get a 1-for-1 for your Ghost Spell, go ahead and take it when you're playing, Salamangreats, because, you know, this card it's not going to really hit anything else in their deck. So it's like, you might as well take it and have them not get the monster. Unfortunately, he drops a couple of PK monsters, and this card right here, the Phantom Knights of Breaksword, is 100% the hard counter to Salamangreat Roar, because if you roar the effect, they get the monsters back. If you don't roar the effect, they're still gonna get the monsters back. So unfortunately, it's just like your opponent has the counter. He's gonna use Roar, which obviously is going to negate and destroy the copy of Breaksword, but it doesn't matter. It's just going to come back as Dark Rebellion XC. He's going to banish one of his Phantom Knights. I believe that's Ancient Cloak. Then he's going to rank it up for the Requiem Dragon, but he is not done. He says, Cap G, I'm going to summon all 3 Rebellion Dragons in a turn. The second rank up comes down, and now he has the Supreme King Dark Rebellion. The Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion. The Supreme versions, the Zarc versions, are a little different when it comes to their names, and this is actually crazy. Keep in mind, he's at 8,000 light points. Doesn't even matter. He's actually going to be able to do 4,300 off the first attack, 5,000 off the second attack, because Stallion unfortunately was 0 attack, and just like that, with 2 monsters, he actually gets OTK'd. See, kids, this is why you also run Raccoon. If he would have had Raccoon, he wouldn't have gotten OTK'd. I just think his opponent had the perfect counter. Like, Breaksword, it's kind of a hard card to deal with if you're playing Salamangreat. It's like your best option is honestly just to impermanence it and then try to bounce it or run it over or something like that. But yeah, sometimes them be the breaks. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those short duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.